Yama, god of death, lord of the underworld, grew angry with the people in the land of the living. They shuffle through their time on earth with their eyes shut tight. Like hungry ghosts, the living are blind to the joys of life. Yama announced, I will eat a meal that will teach the living a lesson. For an appetizer, Yama ate the sun. The plants of the earth shriveled and died. Yama ate the moon for his main course. The oceans and lakes stopped moving. Yama saved the stars for dessert. The sky above the earth went completely dark. The world of the living became as still and empty as the world of the dead. The celestial bodies grew heavy in Lord Yama's stomach. He brought the sun back out, turning it into a bright red horse with flaming orange hair. Yama changed the moon into a dark blue mare with cold, staring eyes. The stars were bundled together into the form of a yellow-spotted pony with sharp, biting teeth. The god of the dead placed all the horses in the yard of his sister Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga lived in a hut on chicken legs at the edge of an old forest where the lands of the living and the dead touched. As one final punishment, Lord Yama ordered his sister Baba Yaga to kidnap the last human baby born before the moon was eaten. Baba Yaga rode her enchanted mortar to a home not far from her hut. She stole a baby boy named Stockin. Baba Yaga thought that the boy's family was asleep, but his older sister Annabelle was awake. She was too scared to stop the ogress, so she pretended to sleep as her little brother flew out the window with Baba Yaga on her mortar. Baba Yaga brought Stockin back to the hut on chicken legs. She put him in a casserole dish with the skeleton painted on the lid. Baba Yaga slid the dish into her oven, closed the oven's door, and chanted, Baba Yaga, Yaga Baba, Baba Yama, Yama Baba. Now Stockin was in the underworld with Lord Yama, but he was still alive. I'll just put you up on a shelf for safekeeping, the god of the dead told the baby. Yama locked Stockin inside of an egg covered in snakes, tucked in the nest of the firebird, high in the roots of the world tree, which runs from the bottom of the land of the dead straight through into the land of the living. Annabelle woke to the sounds of her mama and papa screaming. First the sun, moon, and stars disappear. Now our baby boy is Stockin. Annabelle was terrified that if she told her parents what she had seen, that they would blame her. So she gathered up all the courage she had, snuck out of her house, and made her way to the hut on chicken legs at the edge of the old forest. The gate to Baba Yaga's yard was locked with a human leg. In the yard there were 3 fierce-looking horses that snorted and stomped at Annabelle as she passed them. Annabelle did not see a door to the hut. She remembered the scary stories her mama told her at night about Baba Yaga. She knew what she had to say. "Hut, hut, turn your eyes to the forest and your door to me so that I can go in and out." The hut got up on its legs and turned around so that Annabelle was facing its door. Baba Yaga lay on top of her stove, with her body stretched from one corner of the hut to the other, and her nose sticking into the roof. She turned to Annabelle and asked, "Are you flying from a deed or attempting one?" Attempting one, Granny," Annabelle answered, looking nervously at the oven door. "I'm looking for my baby brother. Have you seen him pass this way?" Baba Yaga pointed to her yard. "Care for my horses, and then I will show you where your brother has gone." First, Annabelle approached the yellow pony. He snapped his bright, sharp teeth at her, so she thought he must be hungry. Annabelle started to give the oats to the pony, but his teeth were like knives, and he kept biting her as she fed him. Annabelle endured the sharp little bites, and soon all the feed was gone. The pony disappeared and turned back into the stars. Next, Annabelle went to the bright blue mare. The mare stared directly into Annabelle's eyes with a frightening gaze. Annabelle turned away and was afraid to look back. But she could not fit the mare with the bridle looking at her own feet, so Annabelle gathered her courage and looked directly back into the mare's eyes. The mare lowered her head and allowed Annabelle to fit her with the bridle. As soon as the bridle was on tight, the mare leapt into the sky and turned back into the moon. There was only one horse left, bright red with a twisted orange mane. Annabelle reached up to brush his hair. It burned her like a rock left in a fire. She winced with pain, but continued to pet and brush until his mane was untangled and his coat shined. Annabelle stepped back to admire the red horse, but he was gone. Looking up, she saw the sun again directly above her in Baba Yaga's yard. Annabelle went back into Baba Yaga's hut. Baba Yaga ordered her to climb into the casserole dish with the skeleton lid. Annabelle asked, "Is this the only way to find stockin'?" Baba Yaga answered while eyeing her toilet, "There's one other way, but I don't think you'll like it." Annabelle did as she was told and got into the dish. The world went dark as Baba Yaga closed the lid and shoved her into the oven. Annabelle heard Baba Yaga chanting and felt the hut get up on its legs and begin to turn around. She closed her eyes and grabbed the edges of the dish tight. Annabelle opened her eyes as Lord Yama pulled the lid off the casserole dish. "So you are the little brat who took my dinner away from me. Let's see if you have as much luck stealing my breakfast, you dirty thief. Before Annabelle could say anything, she found herself on a lonely path, surrounded by ghosts. As Annabelle walked, she wondered about what Lord Yama had said to her. What does the god of the dead eat for breakfast? Just then, she saw a beautiful feather floating down from the sky. An egg, she answered herself. Further up the trail, there was a commotion. When she came closer, she saw a large, brightly colored bird in a trap, being harassed by ghosts. Annabelle ran over to the ghosts and pushed them away. She lifted up the trap and freed the bird. It was the firebird. May I see your nest? Annabelle asked the bird. The firebird allowed Annabelle to climb onto its back and flew her to a nest high in the roots of the world tree. Inside the nest was a large black egg, decorated with snakes, with a hinge on one side. That is not my egg, the firebird said to Annabelle. It is yours. Annabelle took the egg and opened the top. Stockin jumped out, giving her a hug. The firebird flew them straight up to the top of the tree's roots. They burst through the soil, out of the underworld, back to the land of the living.